So if he's a king, why on earth would he put up with me treating him like a peasant? I can do it myself, damn it. I got the bag. I can afford to do this. I can afford to do that. I can jet here and there. I can do whatever the hell I want to do because I'm smart, I'm beautiful, I got money in the bank, I'm this, I'm that, I'm awesome. Okay, sis, well, you enjoy all of that by yourself. Hey beautiful people, welcome back to my channel. I am Mimi, I'm the star of the show. If you didn't know, if you enjoyed today's video, make sure you subscribe before you leave. It's free and I truly appreciate it. We are looking good, we are feeling good. Let's get into this topic. But first of all, can I just say my new Fenty Beauty? My Fenty just arrived, so if we got a bit of extra glow, we gotta give it up for the new Fenty Beauty setting powder. But today we're talking about being single and why maybe you're still single, but very specifically why I'm still single and why I think I'm still single. I'm sure if you've been watching me for years or even a few months, you probably have your own, you know, summation of why you think I'm single. But I feel like I had an epiphany just this 2019, January, this first few weeks of 2019. Forgot to turn my fan off, my bad. I'm back. But I feel like I had an epiphany in 2019 and I really want to share this with you guys because hopefully it will help some people who are kind of searching, you know, for an answer to maybe why they haven't found what they're looking for. And it's okay if you already knew this, there's nothing wrong there, but don't judge the rest of us that were slow to the realization. Okay, we're all learning at our different, you know, paces, and I'm just glad that like I had this light bulb moment and we're gonna talk about it. We're gonna talk about it. You can kind of see like I'm super excited. I literally just got off the phone with my sister and I'm like, oh my god, like this revelation may just change my life. So yeah, I've written down notes. So if I'm looking down, it's because I wrote it down on paper because I wanted to get some of this right. So this is something that I've been thinking about for the last few weeks. But today I was watching a video and it was just like a light bulb moment. Oh my god, I need to come sit down and film this. I feel like if you're looking to find the one, I'm not just talking about like, oh, I want a boyfriend because boyfriends are nice to have, because all my friends have a boyfriend. If you're really looking for the one, looking for someone special and you've been looking for a while, you can't find it, you know, I'm not coming to you guys today with the whole, oh, just stop looking. When you stop looking, it'll find you. When you stop searching, okay. I'm not knocking people that believe that. I personally don't subscribe to that method. I'll put a meme that I saw yesterday. You know, people that say, oh, they want a boyfriend, but they never leave their house. Is the boyfriend meant to break in and sweep you off your feet? Darling, like, they don't do that anymore. That's just fairy tales, sis. Ain't you grow up? That don't happen, okay? And yes, you know, love can find you when you least expect it. But I'm very much a believer in the fact that if you want something, you go out and you get it. And I've lived my whole life believing that. So when it comes to love, I can't, it's not in me to apply different principles. I genuinely believe you go out, you work hard and you get what you want. I don't believe good things just happen. Sometimes they do, but I'm not going to risk my future and my happiness on chance. So if you're like me and like you feel that way and things just haven't been going right for you, you can't figure it out, you know, I've kind of like honed it down into a 3-step process. I hope it helps you. If you don't believe in these 3 steps, that's fair enough. I don't genuinely believe there's only one path to love or that there's a magic formula, but in all the reflection I've been doing over the last 2 weeks, I feel like these 3 things are really going to help people who, 1, can't figure out why they're single, and 2, can't seem to find the type of man, the caliber of man that they're looking for. So let's get into this. Yes, I'm looking cute. So I'm just staring myself in the mud and I'm like, damn girl, laid them edges. My hair is linked, by the way. So the first part of the triangle or the trinity is self-analysis. Like, do you know who you are? are you self-aware? Do you know what your positive traits are? Do you know what your negative traits are? Like, so I'm going to be referring to myself a lot in this because these are steps that I've been going through with myself. And when it comes to self-awareness, I would say I'm a very self-aware person, but you never really know how self-aware you are. Okay, so let's talk about my positives. I'm extremely confident, you know, like I've got a get up and go attitude. I'm a hard worker when it comes to stuff that I want, but at the same time, extreme confidence could be perceived as a flaw or a negative. So, you know, do I know my flaws? Do I know that that extreme confidence can often turn people away from me? Yeah, I'm aware of that. So like that's all part of self-awareness. My flaws, you know, I'm very stubborn. I'm short-tempered. I'm quite impatient. I want what I want. I get what I want. Like, that's just always been my personality. Really need to know what are your strengths, what are your weaknesses, and really have a good understanding of who you are before you can really go into the next steps. And I say this especially here because I'm not going to say everybody, but a lot of us say we want a man who can lead, we want a man who provides, we want a strong man. Okay, but sis, are you someone who can follow? And I'm speaking to myself because I have such difficulty in being told what to do. I'm too stubborn. Like, how dare you tell me, Emini, how are you gonna tell me what to do? But I'm like, okay, hang on a second. I'm saying, anyway, let me get into point 2. So now you've got a good awareness of who you are. The next step is looking at your past partners and analysing who your past partners have been. Because, you know, often I say to myself, why do these social media guys that hate social media always find me? Why do they always find me? And I kind of have this mentality of, oh, I'm the victim in all of it. I'm not the victim. I am actively going out there and choosing these men. And I had to really be like, bruh, I am choosing these men because first of all of them, all my exes look alike. So they're not choosing me, I'm choosing them, okay? So I had to analyze, okay, who are the men that I'm choosing and why am I choosing them? What is it about them that is drawing me to them? And then the last and third part of the trinity, what is the man you want? What are the characteristics that he has? What does he look like to you? When you say this is the person I want to end up with, have you thought about what he needs to be, what he needs to have, what he needs to bring to the table? So first of all, you need to know who you are, self-awareness. Second of all, you need to understand who you've been dating because that's also a reflection on you and why you're choosing these people. And then lastly, you need to know who you want to be with. And that is the 3-part trinity. And, you know, you really do have to take it in that order, and I really feel like if you tackle all of these 3, you're going to solve your problem. Now I'm going to take you guys through it with me. Self-awareness, as I said, I'm stubborn, I'm impatient, you know, I'm extremely independent. I like to get up and go do what I want. You'll never find me doing things I don't want to do, really. I'm an alpha female. Like, oh my god, I'm such an alpha personality. Like, I'm super confident, super exuberant at times, you know, like that's just who I am. I have a big personality. It can be very intimidating to some people. Some people absolutely love it, they get me, whatever. That's a good understanding of who I am. Now when I move into, you know, I'm going to go into who I want. I keep telling myself I want a provider, I want a man who leads, I want a man who takes control, I want a man who can kind of put me in my place. But I'm like, okay, so it sounds like you want an alpha, like an alpha's alpha really. To deal with such a big personality that I am, I really do need a very big personality as well. But if I look at all the men I've dated in the past, I always date betas. I always choose betas, men that are scared to stand up to me, men who will let me have my way, men who don't tell me no. That's what I always choose, and in the end things don't work out because probably they're not happy, you know, with the fact that they can't really say how they feel, and they, you know, it just doesn't ever work. So I'm like, okay, I say I want a provider or a leader, but I can't follow. I've never been able to follow. I don't like being told what to do. I like having my own way. So how is that gonna work with me finding a man who's ready to lead and I'm not ready to follow? So I really feel like you have to start lining these things up. I say I want a man who's ready to lead, but I always choose men who are happy to follow me. How's that gonna work, sis? How's that gonna work? All these three things need to really just come together, and you just like, it was just like, whoa. I always choose beta personalities because they allow me to have my way, and I like having my way. But when it comes to who I say I want to end up with, I say I want someone who's gonna put their foot down, you know, who's going to lead. Sis, what up with that? Okay, another example. I always say, like, I don't always say, but when it comes to what I'm looking for a life partner. I'm looking for someone, you know, who can stand by my side, who can share their day with me, someone who can really be on this journey with me, but yet I'm fiercely independent. How can you say you want someone to share your life with you when you are as fiercely independent as I am? I'm like, I don't need anyone. I can do it myself, damn it. I got the bag. I can afford to do this. I can afford to do that. I can jet here and there. I can do whatever the hell I want to do because I'm smart, I'm beautiful, I got money in the bank, I'm this, I'm that, I'm awesome. Okay, sis, well, you enjoy all of that by yourself. You know, you can't say you want a partner and then you approach dating with all the attitude of I'm independent this, independent that. A partner means that you're sharing with someone. A partner means that there's two of you. So how are you going to be all this when you're saying you're number one, you can do it all by yourself, you don't need anybody? And I had to, Mimi, these two things aren't aligning up with who you are and what you say you want. Something's gonna have to change. You can't be so independent, I don't need someone, have that attitude, and then say you want to be somebody's life partner, because actually you're not acting like you want to be somebody's life partner. Epiphany. Can I get an amen? Can I get a like on this video? You know, I'm like, okay, so I am independent, I am financially stable, I am beautiful, I am educated, I'm all these great things, but why can't I be all these things and still be able to show you that I need someone? These things don't have to be the wall in which I kind of put up to shield myself and be like, right, well, you've got to get past all of these things before you get to see the real me. Like, no, all those things are still going to be there, but you can also show the fact that you're a human being who craves love and attention and someone to share this beautiful life, beautiful experience with. Epiphany. A fucking epiphany. Okay, Mimi, so we're gonna have to go back and reassess this. Are you women who independent? And chill out a little bit with that, you know. Men like to feel needed, and there's nothing wrong with letting a man think, even if you don't need him, you could pay that bill, you could fix that light bulb or fix your tire. Nothing wrong with letting a man know that actually I need you around. Okay, now this was a really good one, and it came down again to the third point, me being like, who do I want? And I'm like, right, I got a long list. He should be tall, he should be dark, he should be handsome with a good body, he should be financially well stable, he should be well educated, he should be funny, well traveled, ideally speak 3 or 4 languages. Girl, I'm not even playing. All of these things have been on my list at one or another point in time. You know, he should love his family, he should love God, he should just, a long list of all the things that I want. Like, these are the things I want, not necessarily things I need. A long list of all the things I want, and they're very specific. Okay, so that's who you want in your future. But if we go back and look at all the men you've dated previously, how many of them even ticked off 3 or 4 of these things on the list? So you're specific about what you want, but you're not specific about what you actually date. Oh, he's not really good looking. Oh, he's not educated. Oh, he might have a criminal background. Oh, he's not really that nice to his parents' family. Oh, but I'll date him anyway because maybe things will still work out. I am the mother of, oh, well, things might still work out. Oh, you know, opposites attract. I am the mother of opposites attract. Even though it's not quite right, maybe it'll still work. No, sis. If this is what you say you want, why are your previous relationships not a reflection of this? Why are you choosing people that don't measure up to the specificity that you are putting on your list? And most of us are very specific with what we want, but yet we're not that stringent in the criteria of what we accept. And you need to be more stringent. Now, in terms of what we want, what I would say is you need to go back to that list on the 3rd point. You really need to remove all the rubbish. Like 6'4". What's all those extra inches going to do to change my life? Okay, it's nice. You're going to look real good in pictures, but that's not going to pay any bills, okay? We need to go back on that list and really narrow it down to the things that we need. Okay, I need somebody who loves the Lord. I need somebody who has a strong and positive relationship with his family. I need somebody who respectful, knows how to treat people. Narrow that down from just the wants and the wants me wants, and keep that list very specific to the needs. And that way you can measure against any future people that you start contemplating. Do they meet my needs? Not do they meet your wants, do they meet my needs? Because most of my exes can't even tick 3. Can't even tick 3 of the things that I say I want. So I'm like, what was I doing? Why was I wasting my time? I want someone who will understand what I do with social media and want to be a part of it. Yet I always choose and date people who have no social media, no interest in it, don't understand what it is, why it works, and in fact, if anything, have a negative opinion of it. And even on that note of all the things that we want as women from a man, I just had to think, look at all the things that I'm putting and expecting a man to deliver. I'm basically drawing the perfect man out here and just wanting him to come to life. Like, does that man exist? Okay, let's just say the perfect man exists. But Mimi, are you the perfect woman? Are you 5'10", long legs, no stretch marks, no cellulite, no excess fat? Are you doting, loving? Are you the perfect woman? I'm like, no, I am not. I'm learning, I'm growing every day. I'm trying to get better physically. I'm certainly not the most beautiful woman in the world. I'm not the perfect woman. So why am I demanding perfection from my partner? Why am I putting all these things on a list that most people will just struggle to ever live up to? Like, we need to get realistic and really narrow that list down. So, ladies, are you perfect? Stop chasing perfection. It doesn't exist. Set more realistic standards, and standards that are actually going to contribute to you being truly happy, not superficially happy. Oh yeah, we look good on the gram, you know, I feel protected when he puts his arms around me, he's tall, he's dark. And this was the hardest one to reach, guys. This was the one that I would say I struggle the most with. If you asked me today why I believe I'm single and have been single for years, I don't really count some of the smaller relationships in between. If you ask me why I believe I'm single, I would tell you I haven't found anyone who loves me as much as I love myself. And it's true. I happen to love myself a hell of a lot. I believe I am a queen. I believe I am awesome. I believe I am the best thing since sliced bread. And you should be your biggest cheerleader. You should be your biggest supporter. If you don't love yourself, you're going to struggle to find anybody that loves you. And that's always been my attitude. Well, if you don't realize that you got a freaking diamond, like, you can go. If you're not going to call me and text me straight away and tell me how amazing I am, you can go. If you're not going to let me have my way every time that I say I want something, you can go. I'm like, bruh, well, obviously because I'm a queen. And I had to think about it. So if I'm a queen, that means the man I'm dating should be a king. Or how am I a queen if I'm not dating a king? You're a fake queen. If the man you're dating is not a reflection of you, what are you doing? So if I say I'm a queen, whoever I'm dating has got to be a king. So if he's a king, why on earth would he put up with me treating him like a peasant? If he's a king, there are many women out there who will treat him like the king he is. And knowing me, look, self-awareness again. You know, what are you bringing to the table? Who are you? I'm a freaking queen. I get my way. If I say this, it goes. I don't do anything I don't want to do. That has... I can't even believe it, but that has always been my attitude. Like, I should be catered to. You know, he needs to realize what a prize I am. And not to say that I'm not a prize. I am a queen. I should be catered to. I am a prize. But me being a queen should never detract from the fact that he is a king. Because if I want him to treat me like the queen that I am, I have to also make sure that I am treating him as the king that he is. I like receiving compliments. I like being told I'm beautiful. I'm sure he does too. Okay, I can't tell him every day, don't get too big-headed, true. But when was the last time you said to your significant other or the guy that you're dating, you look really nice today, that suit really brings up, you know, your body, your shape, the colour of your eyes, just something nice. When was the last time you gave him a genuine compliment, you know? When was the last time you let him know that you needed him, that something like without him something wasn't quite right? You know, you've been thinking, and I struggle, you know, you might not know this about me, but I'm so stubborn. For me to pick up my phone and text you, how's your... No sis, we're going to die. You know, if you're waiting for me to text you, you will die, or you will die. I'm too proud. I'm too stubborn. I can't text you to say I'm thinking of you. I would rather think of you for 3 days straight without texting you and let you know that you've been on my mind. Why is that? If he's a king, trust me, there are plenty of women who know his worth. Plenty of women who can see what he brings to the table. Why would he stay with someone who doesn't value him? Or even if you do value him, you don't act like you value him. You don't show him affection. You don't show him love. You don't show him consideration. And when it comes to consideration, I'm so bad at it because I never do things that I don't want to do. And I've always kind of prized that quality in me, that I'm very true to myself. But at the same time, you have to be ready to compromise. And I feel like I've always been very willing to compromise on the bigger things, but the little things matter just as much, if not more. Or what we're watching tonight, I'm picking. Without even thinking about it, I pick up the remote. I'm like, oh, this looks good, let's watch it. You know, without even thinking, or I'll try and find something that we both like. Okay, we found something that we both like. Maybe actually we should have just watched what he liked. You know? And that was just like, wow, epiphany. Maybe I should have let him choose. You know, maybe I don't always have to have my way. Maybe I need to let my king be a king. I need to let him to follow. I need to treat him like he is needed, that he is prized, he's loved, and like, you know, he's respected. And I feel as well, when it comes to my inability to do this, I feel as well it's also in part due to the fact that I choose betas. I choose men that have always been happy to let me be the alpha that I am. Whereas if I was choosing an alpha, a true alpha that had all the things that I said I wanted, that was able to lead, able to provide, able to be a king, you know, and support me, or in whatever way I need support, you know, I wouldn't be able to get away with all the shit I get away with in the past. You know, I wouldn't be able to do all the ish that I always do, you know. I wait, like, I don't text no one. I wait to text it. I wait, like, and even also on the, you know, I want a man who can provide. But can you let a man provide for you? I struggle with this so much. Like, even if I got on a date, I will buy dinner, or I will buy drinks, or I must pay for something because I want him to know that I don't need his money. I have my own. I'm independent. I can provide for myself. But you said you wanted a provider. Yet every time you go out, you must bring your purse out. And you know what? Sometimes, a lot of the times, they want to pay because they want to feel needed. They want to feel useful. And I still, even after I had this epiphany, I went on my first date in 2019, just this last weekend. Even after I figured this out, I was still instinctively brought out my card. I'm like, no. So this is going to be a process, unlearning all these things that I am so used to. On this date, I let him pick. I was bored as hell. I had to watch a documentary with only 2 people in it. I've never had to do that before, but I was like, you know what? It's good. It might not be what I want, but I'm learning to put my partner first. Put my partner on a pedestal. You know, I'm a queen, okay, but he's a king and he deserves to be treated like one. Not everyone is a king. You need to figure out if the person you're dating is really a king before you start rolling out the red carpet. But you should go into it thinking he's a king and I'm going to pay him the due respect that I want him to pay me. Okay? So that is my video, guys. I hope it helps somebody. Start with self-awareness and understanding who you are, what your personality type is. I'm an alpha. I cannot date any more betas. If you're a beta, don't call me. And realizing that is epic. It's mind-blowing. You know, who are you? What have you been choosing? And what do you need moving forward? These 3 things could possibly change your life. I'm so excited to see where 2019 goes now that I realized this. I'm not going to say I'm going to be magically like submissive tomorrow. It's not in my personality. I'm not a naturally submissive person, but I am going to work harder at it and take my partner's feelings, interests, wants into more consideration and put it on a higher pedestal than I think I have ever done before, because what I want has always been up here and what they want and we need to level that out, because if I'm a queen, he's a bloody king and he needs to be treated as such. So I hope this helps somebody. I'm Mimi of Just Doing Me. We're looking good, we're feeling good. Don't come here judging me. If you knew all of this, we all take our time to learn the things that we learn. Okay? Catch you guys in the next one. Thank you so much for all the love on my last video about my flat tour. It means so much. I read all the comments. I truly appreciate it. We're growing, we're learning, we're moving forward, and I'm loving life. Stay blessed and see you soon. Besos. Okay?